Intro is so good. The nostalgia is strong in this one. Welcome back to my little corner of the internet. My name is Nick.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
And I know what you're thinking. What the hell is that behind his ear? Well, nothing major. I just had to have some very minor surgery the other day. They were looking for a brain. I don't know if they've had any success yet. I'm still waiting for the results, but I've just got a bit of a bandage on to cover my stitches up, so no worries there. Right, moving on. Welcome to Starship Troopers Extermination. Now, with the news of Overwatch PvE being kind of gutted this week, I wanted a new PvE experience to enjoy, and it turned out that this game came out this week. I had no idea it was coming out, and yeah, I really wanted to give it a go. I watched Starship Troopers when it was first released in 1998. I was 13 and I absolutely loved it, and I think that this is actually the first game that's been released for it that really kind of captures the feeling of that film. So if you like Starship Troopers and you really enjoyed the film, then I think this is probably worth giving a go if you can. So this game is developed by Offworld Industries. They previously made a game called Squad, which had some pretty good reviews when it came out, I think last year or the year before. I think that they've done a very good job in capturing the aesthetic of Starship Troopers. The menus, the voiceovers and the transitions capture the mood of the film very, very well, in my opinion. They seem to be pretty accurate to the lore when it comes to things like the weapons and the outfits. There's going to be more weapons and equipment and stuff like that added. The game is in early access right now, so they've only got two modes at the moment: Advanced and Secure, or AAS, and Arc mode as well. Arc seems to be more focused on base building from what I can tell. I haven't played it that much. It's got a lot of material gathering and, as I said before, like base building, so it's kind of slower. I felt kind of lost at times when I was playing it. AAS is actually similar to that, but it's much more fast paced. You start off by securing a particular point, and then you will get one of a few different objectives, or one or two of a few different objectives to follow on from that. Perhaps you might need to gather some resources, or sometimes you need to go and exterminate a bunch of bugs, you know, like a little sort of hive that has sprung up somewhere. And then both modes following on from that will have you build a base with your arc, which is basically, it gives you readings on bug activity in the area. It's something from the films, and you need to defend that while it gathers intel on the area. So you build a base, you build walls, turrets, bunkers, ammo dumps, stuff like that, and then you'll have to defend whilst the transmission is building from a vast horde of the arachnids that come and attack you. There's various different types of them. You get the standard ones, which just come in droves, and then you get larger ones like beetle kind of bugs, and larger just arachnids that also attack you, and they can attack you from range as well, so you have to kind of be careful. I think I've been killed more by the ranged attacks than actually by the bugs themselves so far when I've been playing, but that's when it really kind of gets into the meat and potatoes of the game, as it were. I think that's the best part of it, really. So yeah, I think AAS is definitely the way to go at the moment. I think Arc mode kind of needs some tweaking to just make it a bit more engaging and enjoyable. It could be really good, but you just spend too long gathering resources, so there's a lot of downtime in it, which in a game that is essentially just about shooting hundreds of aliens, you don't really want to be standing at like these little refineries that you have to build, just waiting for it to give you a canister. And then, you know, it's when you get the canisters, there is a good mechanic where if you're not playing as a support class, I'll get onto the classes later on, but basically you have to carry the canister, and obviously you can't have your gun up, so you need to have some people with you to protect you, because the bugs will just come for you and they will kill you. You won't get back in time. You can't outrun them. So it does, you know, that is very engaging and good, but there, as I said before, in Arc, there's a lot of downtime. You do the same thing in AAS, but it's much more fast paced. You don't have to do as much, you don't have to stand around waiting as much. So we'll see. You know, the game's brand new. I'm sure that Offworld will do something with it. They will refine it. So moving on to the classes, there are 3 in the game. You have Hunter, you have Heavy, and you have Support. Your Hunter is your sort of general kind of, you know, army guy. Each class has an ability that they can use. So the Hunter has a jetpack, so you can get onto high ground. The Heavy can build a small bunker for themselves so that they can basically hunker down and defend themselves a lot better. It reduces their recoil and stuff like that when they're firing. And then Support is a much more versatile one. They can heal and revive allies, and also, as I said before, they can take canisters of resources and put them on their back and run with their gun out. So they're more versatile there. So each time that you load into the map, you will be in a squad of 4 people. There's 4 squads in each game. You'll pick either your Hunter, your Heavy, your Support, and then you go in. At the end of each game, there's a leaderboard that shows you who's got the most kills and stuff like that, and it's done by squad. You can't actually see anything other than your squad. You can see where your squad placed, and then you can see where you placed within your squad. It is pretty nice when you know, your squad's top and you're top of your squad. It is good feeling, especially if you've just been mowing down hundreds of the bugs. Definitely gives you a good feeling at the end of the match. There's a very good voice chat system as well, so you can do team chat where you just push T and you speak to your squad specifically, or right next to it, if you just push Y, then you have proximity chat as well, so that if there's just people in your area that you need to notify of a large bug or an objective that needs to be done, I think that that is a very good, easily accessible chat system and works very well. It also leads to, once you get to the extraction point of the game, once you've defended your base and your transmission has been sent, you have to get to a dropship, and everyone needs to get on the dropship that's alive before you can extract. So with the proximity chat, you get a lot of people spamming, "Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper." It makes it pretty funny, in my opinion. So yeah, the gameplay feels really good. It is, as I said, early access, so there's been a few bugs you see in this video that I just run through a wall at one point. The other main thing as well is there are some massive frame rate drops in this game. Now, I've said in previous videos, my PC is no slouch. I have got some pretty good hardware in there, and when there's a lot of bugs on the screen, you can see that the frame rate is struggling to stay up, which is a problem. I do understand it, but the game feels unpolished, in my opinion. I know it's week 1 and stuff like that, but that something needs to be done to kind of add to this game a little bit more. Another thing I'm worried about is the variety. At the moment, you only have Valaka, which I think is the planet from the film. It's good fun playing it, but there's just, you're on this same sandy map, this desert map, doing the same thing. So I do hope that they add more, and I have to say, if we go to the Steam page quickly, and I'll give you a quote from Offworld themselves. So here on the Steam page, we have from Offworld: "In Starship Troopers Extermination, our vision is to depict the galactic war between the United Citizen Federation and the Arachnid Empire. After our initial launch and throughout the course of early access development, players will get to engage with exciting new updates that expand upon the in-game universe while providing feedback through the Steam Community Hub that our developers can take into consideration. At early access launch, we plan on sharing an exciting content roadmap with hints at features and game elements already planned for upcoming releases. Throughout early access, we will provide players with more weapons, an updated class leveling system, as well as progression achievements and unlockable skins for both weapons and armor. On the enemy side, we plan on adding more bugs, including boss battles that require complex player coordination to defeat. As we progress through development, we aim to introduce ongoing planetary battles where the player can explore new items and enemies introduced in various updates as an epic multi-world conflict breaks out. This transition addition includes the addition of a new planet as we head towards the completion of early access. The intent throughout early access is to convey that this part of our development cycle is the beginning of the war, and the fight will only increase in complexity and ferocity as we move to full release. That's quite promising. There's a couple of bits in there that I'm a little worried about. It says that they're only adding one other world to it. I would hope that, as this is supposed to be a galaxy spanning conflict, that they will add more worlds, you know, like maybe see some jungle worlds or ice worlds or something like that to really keep the variety going, because ultimately, even if you add things like the brain bug from the film, if you know what that is, basically it's kind of like a hive mind, obviously, brain bug, you're still just fighting the arachnids. So they really need to have diverse locations. There will be more diverse bugs, as I can tell, and you know, it does say that they will release skins and stuff like that, so we're gonna have to wait and see. As I've said multiple times, it's very early on at the moment, but I think it could be promising. It's quite nice if you just kind of want a bit of a no-brainer, just, you know, just shoot some bugs pretty much. It's made a welcome change for me from like the toxic multiplayer games that I've been playing. It feels like there's much more of a community behind this game and everyone's fighting together as part of the Federation, so I really like that, and I do hope that this game survives. For it to survive, I think that they need to reasonably steadily release new content for it, whether it's skins, whether it's different bugs, different equipment, different maps, whatever. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. I think that'll about do it for this. This was just sort of my first thoughts after playing, you know, 5 hours or so of the game. I really like it. I'm going to continue playing it. I've had some great fun so far. Only time will tell what will happen with Starship Troopers Extermination. But other than that, if you liked today's video, please feel free to drop a like and maybe a subscribe if you really enjoyed it. I will be live streaming on Saturday the 27th of May, Warhammer 40,000 Bolt Gun, which is a game that I am really excited to play. I've been waiting for a few weeks for it to come out. Now I'm a big 40k fan, so that'll be at 5 PM UK time on the 27th of May. I hope to see you there, but other than that, take care, and I will see you on the flip flop. Peace.
Each man knows his responsibility.